Next one, mest. Mest is best. So mest is for our fictional text. So this is when we're thinking about poems, short stories, anything that is not a visual and not non-fiction, double negative. Okay, M is for modality. Modality is an expression of definitiveness, and we can have high or low modality. An example, Mum asks you after the workshop today, sweetie, how was your workshop? And you say, Mum, it was so awful, like it was so cringe, I really didn't enjoy it at all, I just hate being at home during lockdown. Mum is going to be very certain that you didn't have a good experience, heaven forbid. That's high modality. Conversely, if you were to say, oh, you know what, I don't really know. I don't know what I thought of it. That sense of uncertainty is low modality. Be careful to note, high doesn't necessarily mean negative or positive. By the same token, if you were to say, Mum, it was the best thing ever, it was just so good, I don't know what my school teaches me, I just know everything about comprehension now, which is what everyone will hopefully say, that's still high modality because your mum is certain that you had a good experience. Emotive language. Emotive language, as the phrase emotive suggests, is any language that conveys an emotion. So if we're reading something and it's very impassioned, if there's fury behind it, or if there is kind of a strong sense of love behind what's being said, just label that as emotive language, language that conveys emotion. And S is for syntax. Syntax is often overlooked. Sentence structure. So write this down. Syntax is the sentence structure, which includes the length of the sentence, the number of clauses, and where words are positioned within that sentence. So typically, we can have either elongated syntax, a very long and drawn out sentence with lots of clauses, or we might have short and truncated syntax. I'll give you an example, and what you should also write down is consider correlation between syntax and subject matter. So what's the relationship between what's being said and how it's being said? So if I've got a description of a beach and my sentence reads, the waves moved forwards and backwards again until they slowly crept up and diffused on the sand. Is my sentence elongated or truncated? Elongated. And the elongated syntax reflects the movement of the waves itself. So there's a correlation between what is being said and what's being described. Conversely, if I read a sentence that said something like, he punched her, she fell, she bled, she fought back, she died. Short, truncated sentences. They're reflecting the action between the characters there. So you might like to consider that. You might also like to consider where a particular word is placed at the beginning of a sentence and followed by a pause. You know, maybe surreptitiously, the father crept into his son's bedroom. Surreptitiously pause. Surreptitiously means kind of sneakily. Dramatizes the sneaky nature of the dad moving into his son's bedroom. Why is he doing this surreptitiously? So in that circumstance, the syntax helps us understand what's going on in the text. So syntax often overlooked, but always relevant because you're looking at sentences. So is there something that we can say about the way the sentence has been written and why it's been written like that? And lastly, T for tone. So tone I would usually use to describe a portion of my text. So either the opening stanza of a poem or the tone that's conveyed in the orientation of a story. Tone is basically just referring to the mood that is established. And you might want to consider what additional techniques have contributed to that mood that's being conveyed. So mest, modality, emotive language, syntax, and tone. This one, we've got mest is best.